class, we're going to be learning about special right triangles.
This is a fun way to learn about special right triangles, 7.4 edition. Here's some basics you need to know about special right triangles. For a 30, 60, 90 degree triangle, the smaller leg is x, the hypotenuse is 2x, and the longer leg is x root 3. For a 45, 45, 90 degree right triangle, you have two 45 degree angles, which means these sides are the same. We're keeping them as y, and the hypotenuse is y root 2. Now guys, here's some reminders about how to label the sides for a special right triangle. For a 30, 60, 90, the hypotenuse is the side across from the right angle, always. The longer leg is the side across from the 60 degree angle, and the shorter leg is the side across from the 30 degree angle. Now for a 45, 45, 90, since they're two of the same angles, they're going to be the same lengths of the sides of the triangle. So the shorter leg and the longer leg are always going to be across from the 45 degree angles, and they're always going to be the same length. The hypotenuse is always going to be across from the right angle. Solve the 30, 60, 90 triangle. Any volunteers?
Woo!
You right there. Come on up. Solve for x.
So the hypotenuse is 8, and you divide it by 2, so that's 4, so x is 4.
Woo! Solve the 45, 45, 90 degree triangle. Anybody think they can do it?
Woo!
Woo!
Since it's a 45, 45, 90 triangle, and it's 5 square root 2, that would mean y is 5. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! And who would like to solve for the next problem?
She doesn't even go here.
Shh! Any volunteers?
Woo!
No.
Okay, identify what type of right triangle and classify it. Well, if these two legs are both 8, then that means it has to be a 45, 45, 90 degree triangle, which also means it should be an isosceles right triangle. What triangle is this? Does anybody know?
This is a rectangle.
No. Okay, anybody else know?
It's like an isosceles, right?
What kind of right?
Like, totally?
No. It's an isosceles right triangle because of the right angle.
Oh.
Alright guys, I'll do this one on my own. Find the approximate value of x. Well, if this is a 30, 60, 90 degree triangle, the smaller leg is x, the hypotenuse is 2x, that means that this longer leg is x root 3. But since it gave you the approximate amount, we're going to go here in the calculator, type in 10.4, and usually, since it's root 3, we're going to divide by root 3, which gives us about 6. So that means that x is about 6. But to solve the whole triangle and give all 3 lengths, we're going to put about 6 here, about 12, and leave this to about 10.4.
So this is our last one. And it's a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So the hypotenuse is 6, the shorter leg is 3, so that would make this one 3 root 3. So then we're going to go to the calculator. We do 3 root 3 equal, and it says give the exact amount of the missing length. So the exact amount is 5.196152423, because that's the exact. So that would be the missing length, which is the second to longest leg.
So, what did you guys learn today?
About special right triangles. Yeah, the 30, 60, 90 triangles, 45, 45, 90 triangles, the missing side, the exact amount, the hypotenuse, the shorter leg, and if it's an isosceles triangle, it's not just an isosceles triangle, it's an isosceles right triangle.
Right, and that's with the 45, 45, 90 degree triangle.
Right.
I still don't get the 30, 60, 90 triangle and the 45, 45, 90 triangle.
Yeah.
Like, what's the difference?
Well, the way to think about it is with a 45, 45, 90 degree triangle, there's two of the same angles, 45 and 45. So the angle goes across pointing to one side, and that side is going to be the same length because of the same angles. And you just think of it as the other leg is y root 2, and just think angles. And you just think of it as the other leg is y root 2, and just think of it as like 2, because there's two of the same sides.
Okay.
Does that make more sense?
Yeah, then what about 30, 60, 90?
Well, that one's just going to be more memorization. Like, the shorter leg is always going to be just the variable. There's never, like, a number or root with it. So you're going to have a variable, and then the hypotenuse is 2x.
And the hypotenuse is the one that's, like, across the right
slanted.
angle?
Yes,
Okay.
across from the right angle. And the hypotenuse is going to be 2x, which is going to be 2 times the shorter leg.
Okay.
And then the other one is just going to have a funky square root, which is going to be x root 3.
Okay.
Does it make more sense?
Okay.
Any other questions?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. Thank you.
So, what'd you think of that game show?
I thought it really helped a lot because, like, I didn't really know all that other stuff to, like, about the right triangles and all that stuff. I thought there was only one type of right triangle, and there's actually two. You know?
There's like 45, 45, 90.
Yeah,
and
and 30, 60,
90.
90.
Yeah.
So then I was like, but then it's like, to solve a whole one, you need all the lengths, so that's 3, and then all the different sides, the hypotenuse, the shorter leg, and then the other leg, which is the weird root thing. And I'm like,
well, it's like
but,
3.
yeah, but for the 30, 60, 90.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I think that game show really helped, actually. Hey! Okay, so when they were building this right here, they would need all those equations and stuff, right? To build that triangle?
And yeah, it's always a quicker way to do the things that we talked about instead of doing Pythagorean theorem.
Oh, okay. That's cool. So why would you ever need all that triangle stuff in real life? Like, what would you use it for?
Well, for an example, we have a picture frame, which is in the shape of a right triangle.
Oh, okay.
And if you ever needed to know like how to frame it, then you would need to know the links, and you would have to do the math to find out the certain links. So whatever you put in the frame is the right length to fit in.
Oh, so it's more like for like construction stuff.
Yeah, basically. But when you give them the links, you don't tell them, oh, 6 root 3 of a foot. You give them the approximate amount.
Oh, okay.
And so usually either you give probably the exact amount so you can fit the thing in exactly as you want it.
Exactly.
So it looks as good as this.
Yeah. So it's like, it's a lot for construction and like when you're building things and you need to know, because there's a lot of those like weird, tricky like angles like when you're like building and stuff.
Exactly.